Hello, and welcome to another Tiny Teams adventure, in a way. Micro Studios' massive ideas. That is a festival run by Yogscast Games with a load of little games from other publishers, creators in there. So, this game we're looking at today is Nildigo. If I pronounced that wrong, apologies. This is a Spicy-zen puzzle roguelite with dangerous money grids and hundreds of perks and powers. It looks very visually different, which is something I love, and we've got this opportunity to give it a go. So let's try this little puzzler out and see what it is about. Right, so board goals: find all the $1 2 times, 4 times, and avoid all the nils. So we know there is the equals 1 and there's 1 nil in that row. So we know there's nothing in this row. So we'll get that. There is definitely 1 in that one, and there's definitely 1 in that one. So it suggests it's there. So it'll be this one and this one. So we have $4. Dispose of this perk to add $2 to the pot. Dispose of this, so we can add $2 to the pot. Exit the shop, and let's carry on. So I'm assuming we can right click once we know where they are. So we know that one's empty, so it's most likely that these two will be clear. So we'll do this one and this one. Press to avoid right click to unclick. So most likely we'll have one. So if we go here, click on the nil count on the row to reveal, to flag all those. So it could be any of these really. So we just end there. Okay. Ooh. Powers grabbed. Right. What am I doing? Okay. So we'd know there's none in this row. So clear all cells. None in this row, clear all cells. We know there's 2 in this one, so flag them. Flag them. So that means that one's empty. So basically this is a minesweeper in a way. Just gonna drop the music down a bit. Right, we've got another grid. So we know that's empty, so we'll clear that. Ooh. We do not need to flag all cells. So we know this equals 2, so there's 2 normals and a question mark. So I'm just going to flag all these and we've got lots of money. So there's nothing in that one. So that one, that one, that one. So 4, 6. So I'm thinking times 3 times 2, that will be 1. Because there has to be 1 in this line. So we know these are empty. 4, that's a 3, so I'm not going to touch that row. And we'll clear that. Win at least $50. Okay. So I'm on 279. I'm intrigued to know what the losing condition would be, because I'm not sure what this is at the moment. Alright, so this one's going to be harder. So there's 2. There's no point flagging all the cells. These. So 3 and a 4. Damn it. Okay. We know these are all clear. That one. These are all clear. So there's 2 things on here, and there's 2 things on here. I'm going to flag all these and flag all these. That means that one and that one. Nope. Okay, so we have lives, right? Use spoilers right at the start of the board. New run. Number of is on the board. The sum is the total of the columns, so 1 times 2. Okay, so these are all clear. These are all clear. Okay, we dispose of this perk to gain a random power. Dispose of this perk to gain 1 life. So these are our lives then. Okay. Right, so clear that, clear that, clear that. Two match, that's 100, okay. If you end the boards early, if you could find a multiplier. Boards get bigger, the potential runnings increase, but also the likelihood it gets harder. Okay, clear that, clear that. So that equals 2, so there's probably another $1 in here somewhere. There's no point ending it there. We might as well end it there. Let's reveal. Ah, right, so we can use these straight away. These are just what we have. So let's reveal. That's $1. We know 2 of these are flagged, so we know these are empty. We don't know where the other ones are, so we'll do another one in this. So we know that one is 1, that one's empty. Okay. Not bad. Right, these are empty. So there's 2 there, so them 2 are 2. There's 1 there. What are these then? Reveal 1 cell, add 1 to it if it's a multiplier. Let's do that. That's a times 2. That one's clear. That one's got 1, so that one's clear. Okay. So what's this? Reveal 2 tile cooler counts in 2x2 region. So we need. Those are clear, those are clear. Real cell. So 2. So that's 1, so that's empty. So that's 3, so 1, 2, 3. That's 3, so one of these is a times 2. Turn and it revealed into an adjacent nil count. Safely, we'll keep that. That's empty. Means that's full. That's empty. Okay. That's powerful. Alright. 5 in that one. Let's do there. So I've got 1 times 4. We can clear that cell. 4 times 4. We've got that one. So there's 3 in this row. There's 1 in this row. Let's do tile colour. There is 2 purples and 2 greens. Let's go here. So we need these. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. I knew that was a nil. Right. These are clear. So there's nothing there, so these are all red, which means these 2 are money, and that's cleared. Nil diffused by a headmaster adds 1 instead of 0. Why has my Spotify just come on there? Go away. Right. We'll do that. Right, that's clear. That's clear. Might as well get you. No, we've run out. One. Neil refuse gets 1. Right, so we know 1's there, so we can clear the rest. So these are flagged. We know that's a flag, that's an empty. Whoop. This music is weird. Dispose of this perk to multiply the pot by 2. If you clear a board with less than $2, gain the difference. Dispose of the perk to add 2. A used scanner has a small chance of not being spent. Sounds good. Right, these are empty. So, reveal one cell, add 1 to it if it's a multiplier. Right, okay, so this costs 5, so 1 times 3 is 3, so there's another 2 here. 3 in this line, so 3 in this line, so just there. There's 2, so that one's definitely 1. If that's definitely 1, so it'll be something like dash dash dash. So turn a revealed into adjacent nil. So does that just tell me there's... So that has 1 within there. So 2 of these are fine. Let's do another one. Here. There's 2. Okay, so that one's definitely 1. That means these are empty. That means these have got 1. And that's empty. Okay. Powerful, powerful. Right. These are empty. Clear. Why do I need to put a 3 there? Clear. Right. 2. So these are full. Reveal 1 cell. Right. Let's do that. There's 2, so these 2 are 1, and that's that. That's empty, that's empty. Whoop. Reveal every on the board. I'm Nildigo. I made this place. It's time to pay a tithe with me. Feed dollars into my fat face, or I will nil your family. Right. So clear that. Clear that. Let's get you. Oh, I haven't got any. Reveal 1 cell, add 1 to it if it's a multiplier. Let's safely review a wall. I shouldn't have got rid of that one. Reveal every on there. Right, so that's 1. That's already got 1. Clear you now. So that's got 3. So that's in the void. So if there's 3 there, that means definitely these are not 1. So... Oh, one of them is. Right. 3, 1 there. So 1 in those 2. I need to complete this board, don't I? That has to be 1. We're out of abilities here. 3 of them, so those are definitely that then. So that means that one's empty. That one's empty means these are full. 3 means that's 3, and that's 1. Okay. So that's got 3. We're just going to do this. Try this way, and that's got 2 as well. That's got 1, so likelihood it's that one. That's got 3. That's got 2. This has got 1. And this is 2. This is 1 as well. I'll just get rid of that. Right. We have no more real abilities here, so we have to do a bit of guesswork. So we'll go 1 and 1, 1 and 1, 1 and 2. I'm gonna go here, go here. That's definitely 1. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Right, so that's 1. There's 3 in this line. I'm gonna guess. Nope. Right. Clear this one. Right. So 5. Got a 1 here and a 5. So that one. 1 and 3. So these are definitely that. So that means these are clear. 5. So 1. I'm assuming it's a plus then. 1 and 4. 1 and 3. So there'll be 1 in these 2 columns. 2 and a 3. So 1. We'll go there. It'll be there and there. 1 there. These 2 are black. That's clear. Nope. Not quite. That's not bad. Is there any other options here before we think it? No. No. It's nice and light though. Let's do one more run. It's a nice little quaint game that you can play quite quickly. So, right. So we know that's clear. We know that's clear. So when a nil is diffused, it adds 1 to the pot. Sounds good. So clear, clear, clear. That was quite an easy one. Oh, that's helpful. So that's clear. We know that's got 2, that's got 1. Set a power as active. Let's do that one. So 2 and 1. That adds a 1 to it. So we know that's empty. So there's 2 there and 1 there. We'll do that one. That's empty. That's got 1. That's empty. 1 powers, please. Perfect. Okay, so that's clear. That's clear. That's got 2, so those 2 are thinging. So that one's got none. Whoop. Right, clear. So it's got 1 and it's got 4 in. So 2, 1. So this is the important row. Let's get rid of this one. That's got 2, and let's try this one. That's a ×2, so that's flagged. So that one's empty. So 1, 2. Let's use it there. Yep. Come on, need more, please. Okay. Let's clear that. So 2s and 2s. Suggests it could be that way, but let's use this one here. So we've got 2. So these 2 are definitely it, which means these are empty. We can then infer this one is empty. So those are 2 in red. That means this one's empty. That's not bad. Right, let's keep going. So everyone's got 1 in at least. So if we go for a 2x2, 2 reds, so 2 multipliers, 1 number and 1 red, so that's not bad. Let's go in this corner. So that one's clear, means these can still be it. 1 red, it's most likely this one, so we'll take a guess. So let's go here. We found it. These are clear. So that needs a 4. So I'm thinking it's going to be this one. So I'll go here. Yeah, I'm right. That means these are empty. These empty means there's one here still, because there's a 2 line. That's a 1 line. That's a 2 line, so that's full. That means these are empty. These are both 1 lines. 2, 3, and a 5. So that makes 2, which will be here. So these numbers add up, so that's 5, but we know it wasn't there because there's a 2 and a 2. Right, so that's empty. Okay. A use filter gains 1. A low rider. Columns on rows that only contain nils when starting boards are noted as called. Yeah. Sounds good. So if I dispose it... Ooh, it just tells me. Right. Clear. Columns with nils and ones when starting will be noted. Clear. Right. So... 2s and 1s. Okay. So is it saying... So 2, we know there's a 4 somewhere. It can't be in that one, it can't be in that one, so it's there. Right, okay. So that is... Get rid of the 1. Get rid of the 1. We know them 2 are that. So 4, it needs 2 1s in this line. So we know that's a 2. 5 there. 2, 2 and a 1. So that means... So there's a 1. These are 1s or thingies. Right. 4. And that's a 1. Let's use one of these. That's a 1. Right. You are definitely a flag, which means we know you're a flag. You're empty. Okay, I'm getting it. Dispose of this perk to add 5. Dispose of the perk to spend 1 life. You must have 2 and gain 1 power. Gain 1 of each power. Yeah. Okay. So 5. And it's saying this one could be a flag or a 1. Okay. So this one's quite bad. These ones are quite easy. So 4 and 1. Oh god, the logic. Okay. When nil is disposed, when you dispose of it to spend 1 life and gain 1 of each power. I think I'm going to do that. And that means we get 1 of each, which means I can now safely get rid of a row, which I'm going to do this one because of the flags. And that means these are clear. And that gives me, there's 3 left in this line. There's a 2 left in this line. And there's a 1 left in this line. So that adds up. Oh, not quite. Right, we've got 2 lives left. Right, these are clear, so we can clear these 2. We've got a 4 here, and we've got 1 there. We've got 2, which means there should be a 2. That is a flag. 5, which means there's a 1. 1 can be there. 2 means there, definitely. Flags. 1. It could be 1 or a flag. 1 flag there, 1 flag there. Let's use 1 and we'll do it here. So that one's a flag. That one's a 1. Okay. More powers, please. That's... So that's clear. That one's deadly. Let's do that. Just one's left, okay. Whoop. I'm Nildigo. It's time to pay me. Feed dollars to my fat face. I'll undo your family. Right. Clear that. So we've used 2. So it must have already covered. So that equals 0. Right. I don't know why then. These aren't already flagged then. That's clear. That's clear. Oh god, the music. 3, so we know these 2 are flags, definitely. Which means they're empty. That needs 2, that needs 1. So it has to be there. Right, you're clear, you're clear, you're clear. Right. So 5 has to be that one because that equals 1. That means that's a flag. These are already flags. That one's not. That's clear, that's clear. 2s and 4s. Let's reveal here. There's 1 there. Let's do a colour reveal here. So we've got 3 and 1, suggesting it's this one. No! Right, last life. 5. I should avoid thinking what the computer's done with this one. Because this is just notating this has only got 1s. Right, so that's a 5. Right, reveal the 1s, please. Okay. So now this is a flag. We know these are flags. We know that is a flag. We know that is a flag. And that is a flag. That's clear. 7. 6, that's going to be clear. Which means 4, 5. So that has to be 1. 4. So that'll be a 1 and a 1 then. If that is the thing. Let's do another one. Right, that's clear. 1 and a 7. 2. And that's got a flag. Let's do another colour reveal. So both of these are flags. Meaning that's empty. That's got to have a flag. That's empty. Right. That's clear. 6. And that's only 1, meaning that's... oh, no. There we are. 5 and 1. 5 and 5 says that's clear, meaning that's got a flag. That's got a flag. 5. That's got a win. Flag that cell. 2, 3. Needs a 1. 1 could be there. Let's go with that one. Nope, that's a 1, meaning that's a flag. 2 flags, that's empty. Right. 6 and a 6. So that has to be big. 4 and a 4. That doesn't have to be big. 3 and a 4. Damn it. So I'm getting that. It's a nice little variation on the idea of Minesweeper, and it twists the genre nicely. Ooh, that's been fun. Okay, so that has been another little Tiny Teams game. That is Nildigo. It is a Spicy-zen puzzle roguelite. That was the demo that we played. It has a planned release date soon. It's got a good promise to it, so I'm hoping to see more from them. Alison J. James, that's a good game. Folks, I'll see you next time. We've got plenty on our backlist as our Tiny Teams adventure continues. Bye.